sir, you read the title of the video. 3 sides are going through a spiritual awakening. Now let's hop straight on the horse. So before I even start this video, make sure to dominate the like button because a lot of people are secretly going through a spiritual awakening low-key and they don't even know about it because they never, got informed about this topic. So to make sure as many people see this video as possible, I'm trying to help the community. So make sure to help the community too by hitting that like button and subscribing if you're new. But let's get straight into it. So let me just start off by saying what a spiritual awakening is for anyone who is new to this whole spiritual community. They might have been experiencing some of these things I'm about to talk about. So let me just explain what spiritual awakening is. Basically, this is from my perspective, what I view it as. Everyone has their own different perspectives, but basically to me, a spiritual awakening is realizing that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. Because let's be honest here, no matter what you believe in, whether you're religious, atheist, a tree, basically we can all agree that we're all just here having a human experience. No matter what you believe in, you can agree with that. If you don't agree with it, you're just trying to not accept the truth. We're all having a human experience, no matter what you believe in. So basically, in my eyes, a spiritual awakening is just realizing that you're a human, spiritual being having a human experience. In my eyes, we're all just spiritual beings, multidimensional beings. And we're really just energy at the end of the day, having a human experience. I believe that we chose to come here and have this human experience to experience what it's like being a human. Now, let us know what a spiritual awakening is. Let me give you guys 3 signs. There's way more, but I'm going to make this video short and simple, so, for all the people that be busy. 3 signs they're having a spiritual awakening. Number 1, you're starting to lose friends, or you already lost friends that you were once cool with, and you basically have no friends. Now, this is a humongous sign that you're having a spiritual awakening, or that you're just evolving past your old self. Because what you have to understand is, if you're losing friends or have lost friends in the past, that is literally a sign from the creator, universe, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever you want to call it, that those people are holding you back. I guarantee you, if you lost friends, it's because they're holding you back. Or there's a small chance that maybe you're holding them back and you didn't deserve to be their friend. But 9 times out of 10, it's because they were holding you back. If you can think of any friends that you lost, chances are they're probably no lives. Let's just be real here. A lot of times when you lose friends, it's because you guys no longer have a connection. If you guys were still vibing like that, you wouldn't have broken up. If you really have a vibe with someone, you could literally go months without talking to them, and you could kick it again months later and act like you guys never even took a break. That's if you really have a strong connection. So if you guys end up not being friends anymore, it's because you guys weren't meant to be friends anymore. The vibe was just gone. They weren't meant to be in your life anymore. They're probably holding you back, and you probably just need to elevate and move on. And when you go through a spiritual awakening, you start to lose friends because you start to tap into different consciousness that you weren't tapped into before. And people once people start seeing that, if they're still bots, they're not gonna really mess with you no more, because they're probably gonna start thinking you're weird, because you're gonna start thinking outside the matrix. You're about to start thinking differently than they do. All they're programmed to do is think about money, money, money. Oh, let me work this 9-to-5 job and be a slave the rest of my life. That's all they're programmed to do. So when you start thinking outside that box, people start thinking that you're weird. And in all honesty, it's a compliment to be called weird. Because if a bot calls you weird, that means that you escaped the matrix. Because whatever is weird to these bots, 9 times out of 10 is something that has to do with escaping the matrix. So if you get called weird by a bot, take that as a compliment. So that's sign number 1 that you're going through a spiritual awakening. If you start to lose friends, people start cutting you off, you start cutting people off. Now let's get into sign number 2. You start to question everything. And when I say everything, I mean literally everything. You start to think, hold up, why am I even going to school when I realize that they're not even teaching me anything useful? This information, this algebra, I'm clearly never going to use it in my life. Literally, my math teacher doesn't use this math, so why is she teaching it to me? You start to question literally everything. Why am I going to this 9-to-5 job, literally slaving away my life? I only have one life to live. Why am I wasting it working for someone else? Why do I have to pay for some food that naturally grows on this planet? Why do I have to, how come if I don't get a piece of paper, all of a sudden I end up homeless? You start to question literally everything. You start to be like, how come the government's lying to me? How come this and that? You start to really question everything. And that's just if you're one of those people right now, if you're going through that stage, you're 100% having a spiritual awakening, because that's just you escaping your ego in a sense and really becoming your highest self. Your highest self can see past all these lies. It's people that be trapped in their ego, that be, abiding by the matrix, working that 9-to-5 job. They hate it, they're miserable, but they still choose to work there. Those are people that are trapped in their ego, haven't even tapped it, don't even know what their higher self is. And when you start to really question everything, you're really just awakening, and realizing that you're not living the life you're supposed to, and that you've been lied to your whole entire life. So that's sign number 2. Now sign number 3, old things that used to interest you no longer interest you. Now that could be going to the club. Maybe you used to love turning up and partying, you know, back when clubs are open. I don't think clubs are open anymore, but that could be old type of music, old type of shows, old type of entertainment. Basically anything that you used to enjoy doing that was low vibrational, you could say, or just not positively serving you in any way, like, you know, going to the club, you know, stuff like that. If you start to no longer find pleasure doing that stuff, you're 100% having a spiritual awakening, because things that don't positively serve you, like all that type of stuff that is mentioned and all the other stuff that, you know, you obviously clearly doesn't positively serve you, things like that, if you no longer find interest in those, it's because you no longer are living in your ego. Your highest self, your soul, aka your soul, whatever you want to call it, doesn't enjoy turning up at the club, getting danced on. You know what I'm saying? Like, your highest self doesn't enjoy that. That's not what your highest self is into. Your highest self doesn't care about none of that. Like, that doesn't positively serve you. Are you making money going to the club? No, you're losing money. Like, there's no positive benefits to stuff like that. Are you bettering your life by drinking that whole bottle of booze? No. You're ruining your liver and your kidney. Like, stuff like that. If you no longer find interest in that, it's because you're tapping into different consciousness levels and you're really becoming your highest self. That's why old things like that don't interest you anymore, because your highest self is really starting to come out and you're starting to get past your ego. So basically, those right there are 3 really important key signs that you're going through a spiritual awakening. I know a lot of people since like 2020 and beyond have really been going through spiritual awakenings, because the vibration of this planet is changing. Like, we entered a new age of Aquarius, if you didn't know. Basically, the vibration of this planet is changing. That's why you've noticed a lot, spirituality become way more trendy, whatever, because a lot more people are realizing that this life is not what it's supposed to be, because we entered a whole new age. So if you're one of those people experiencing those spiritual awakening symptoms, just know that everything's meant to happen for a reason, and you're exactly where you're meant to be. You came across this channel for a reason. You're realizing now, you know that you're going through a spiritual awakening, so now you're aware of it, and now it's just a matter of just enjoying it and living life. Hey, but if you found this helpful, make sure to dominate the like button, subscribe. It's the red button. It's pretty hard to miss it. And turn on the bell too, so you can be the first person to watch my next video, because I'll be dropping daily videos and you do not want to miss them, because they all are valuable pieces of content just like this one. And I want to say thank you all so much for watching this video. Hey, comment down below if you guys have any more video ideas. DM me on Instagram at KingJJ Williams. You know, you can find it. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who made it this far. Make sure to share this video with anyone that you know that might be going through a spiritual awakening. Maybe your mom, maybe your grandma, maybe your cousin, maybe even your sister-in-law. You know, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Hey, but I just want to say thank you once again. And I already know everyone hit the like button. If you made this far, I already know you hit the like button. So thank you. Let's get it. I love every last one of you. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, because daily upload. Let's get it. Caw-caw!